Hey there, Magic players. Jeremiah here. Welcome back to the High Powered Hobby YouTube channel. I just want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you feel so inclined, buy some merch at the link in the description of this video. Joe, Dylan, and I are each playing a deck that we've never featured on the channel before. I'll let the players introduce their decks.
So, I am playing the Skeleton Ship.
What the hell is that?
It's a very old card. I think it's from Ice
Age,
yeah.
it's Ice Age.
It's basically just -1/-1 counters. I don't really need my commander out, but he's a nice little, there's some cards that untap, but...
So you can tap him to put a -1 counter.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of proliferate and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm Joe, I'm playing Glarb, Calamity's Augur. It's just like top of the library and graveyard shenanigans kind of meshed into one deck.
So
a lot of surveil. It's fun. I've never played this color combination before, so yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing it though.
I am playing Kynaios and Tiro of Melodies. What do they do? I don't care. I'm playing dungeons. Almost every card in my deck has to do with a dungeon. This is just to help me draw cards and ramp a little bit. It's meant to be a little group huggy, so people don't kill me right away. But these two are degenerates.
What four dungeons have you brought into this?
So these are all the dungeons that there are. So the Undercity, all of us could participate in the Undercity. But then there's Tomb of Annihilation, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and Lost Rites of Delver. Okay. If I don't win this game, I really want to complete every single dungeon. Just so that's what I want to do.
That's gonna be cool to see.
Otherwise, this deck is super budget, and I play like a ton of tap lands. I probably won't do anything for the first 2 turns. Dylan, you won the die roll.
All right, I will untap, upkeep, draw a card. All right, I am so sorry for this turn 1 play, but I'm gonna play a swamp. I'm gonna tap a swamp for a soaring, and I'm gonna tap a soaring for a lightning creeps. But what is best? Look at that.
Heart of the cards. Fuck. All right. We're gonna start with a Verdant Catacombs here. We're gonna sack a very beautiful Verdant Catacombs, if I might add.
You getting the surveil land?
I'm gonna go surveil land. I'm gonna go for Undercity Sewers, right? Blue or black, forest or swamp. Yes. And when it enters the battlefield, I will surveil Wound. And then after I surveil Wound, it's gotta stay there. I am going to pass turn.
I'm gonna draw a card, play land that enters tapped, and pass the turn.
Nice.
Sorry, I feel so bad now, dude. I feel so bad.
Draw.
It had an ability.
This is a pretty cool land, though. I can sacrifice it to add 2 mana.
Add Simic.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I can tap for a white, or I can tap it and sacrifice it and get the same color too.
That's cool.
I'm going to play an island for my land.
Do they have other wedges of the same kind? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I've got at least 3 of these in this deck.
That's pretty neat. I wouldn't mind having a few of those.
I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna tap 2 like this and leave
One floating
for an experimental augury. Look at the top 3 cards in my library, put one of them into my hand, and the rest on the bottom of my library in any order. 1, 2, 3. Put one in my hand, and the rest on the bottom. Okay, not. So I'll put that in my hand and put these on the bottom.
Because it's any card.
I will pass.
Shock in, overgrown tomb here, and then I will tap both these for a Felwar Stone, and I will pass the turn. That's it.
Drawing a card. I will play a land that enters tapped, and I will pass the turn.
Damn.
Path of Ancestry.
I
have a lot of tap lands in this deck.
I'm gonna play a Watery Grave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shock it in for 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Skeleton Ship. And then I'll put a Lightning Graves on each.
I will 1, 2 cast Discovery, surveil 2, then draw a card, and that is a good card to draw because I will play a land for turn as a command tower. And I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw a card. Alright, you guys are going to be shocked. Watch this. A land that enters untapped. It's a basic mountain. And I'm going to sacrifice my irrigation ditch for a green and a blue, a white and a red. Boom!
Nice.
No way.
And it's my commander, so I can scry
Well, I
one.
could be the biggest douchebag
How big
right
is he
now.
right now?
Oh, okay.
Here, let's do this.
Well, it's on cast, so I still get to scry.
2, let's
Dang.
Well, actually, at the end step, it gives us lands. So I want you to have lands.
Like, you can draw or get a land.
And you gotta do it.
I had to sacrifice land to do this.
That's why I said I could be a real big jerk to do it, but I'm not gonna. Okay, cool.
I
want to see some dungeons.
I'll go to end step, and I get to draw a card and put a land into play. You guys get to choose if you want to draw or put a land in.
I will draw.
I will draw.
I am going to put out a Selesnya Guildgate.
There we go. Another tap land, though.
I will.
You're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a lot of tap lands.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Yeah, like I said, this deck is worth like $50, and 10 of that is this freaking card.
Yeah. See that much?
Yeah, because it was only printed in this pre-con.
Oh, okay.
Like,
All right, I am going to tap 1, 2, and a black for a Nest of Scarabs. Whenever I put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, I create that many 1/1 black insect creature tokens. Tap my Skeleton Ship to put
you have
-1.
your -1s?
I do have -1s.
Just so we don't get confused.
I will create that many, but it's still 1. And then after that, I am gonna pass. So you can
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a Hedge Maze. Surveil 1. Keep it there. Green, blue, and black, and play Glarbage. No, Glarb, Calamity's Augur. He's a 2/4 with Death Touch. A little icing on the cake there. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Ka-chow, I knew what that was. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library.
He has butt pinchers.
Those are some gnarly butt pinchers. Pass turn.
Or back legs.
Untap.
To look at it different.
Draw cards. 3, I need another land. A land that enters untapped. Oh yeah, I'm getting there, you guys. I will tap for 4.
20.
And I'm going to cast Caves of Chaos Adventure. It's a 5/3 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, I take the initiative.
Ooh.
So I'm going to
Undercity.
represent myself as this little Pikachu. So I take the initiative, so I go into the Undercity. So the first room is search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library.
Nice.
When he attacks, I exile the top card of my library. If I've completed a dungeon, I may play that card without paying its mana cost. Otherwise, I can play the card this turn.
Okay.
So I will search for that basic. A lot of the basic lands up in this deck are whiteboarded, so it's easier for me to find them when I take this
That
first room.
is, man, that is cool that you know it functions as well as it does for $50.
So how does that work? Like when you venture in, you get to pick one?
So it depends. So if you venture into the dungeon, you get to pick which dungeon you go into, except the Undercity. To go into the Undercity, you have to have the initiative.
Okay.
Which actually I have a little initiative. Jumping guy right here.
Okay.
So I have the initiative. The initiative is kind of like the Monarch. If you attack me and deal combat damage to me, you take the initiative.
Okay.
So since I have the initiative, what that does is if I keep it on my upkeep, the initiative will trigger and I'll venture into the next room.
And he chooses which route he goes.
Yeah,
like
I can choose
He
which
picks
way.
one.
But when you hit me and you take the initiative, you immediately take the next room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, if you're already in the dungeon, you've already gone into it with the initiative. The next time, you're not like re-entering it. You're just moving to the next.
I'm just taking the initiative and going to the next room.
Go to my end step, and then I'll get to draw. You guys can choose to draw or play land.
I'm gonna draw.
So I'm just gonna play this Azorius Guildgate, 7 cards. Don't want to discard if I don't have to. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't blame you.
I'll untap.
Yeah, I need to play more than one spell.
Keep draw.
Play it.
I do.
I'm
wanna
gonna tap
tell
the
you.
skeleton ship to put a -1 counter on Glarb.
Okay.
Oh, I make another scarab. So
Yeah, because you put one on
2
Glarb.
scarabs. Pay 2 life and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Vraska Betrayal Sting. She will come in with 4 instead of 6.
Okay.
But I am going to.
God, that's beautiful.
I know, I love it.
So
I'm going to 0 her. I draw a card, lose 1 life, and proliferate. I am going to proliferate your counter and your counter, and I will create 2 more insects. So 3 of them have summoning sickness, 1 of them does not. This will go up as well. I'll proliferate this. So I draw the card, lose 1 life, and I will go to my second main phase and play a swamp for turn. I have not played a land. So.
Damn.
And I will pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. I will cast a Crucible of Worlds.
Ooh, play a.
I will play the Verdant Catacombs. Tapping, sacrificing. Skadoosh. I will bring in a Watery Grave, right? Forest or Swamp. It fits the criteria. I'm going to shock it in.
1, 2.
Will you do that? I'm about to search again, so just
Why'd you shuffle?
1, 2, I don't know, 3, just dramatic effect. I will play Azusa, Lost But Seeking. I'm going to play Verdant Catacombs. I will pop it.
So that one gives you 2 extra.
I know, I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
So this time,
I should probably put one of those in this deck.
Shocking
but
breeding pool.
I don't know how many cards I have in this deck that don't say
then-
initiative or dungeon on them. Very few, maybe 2. Like besides the lands, it's all
so
dungeon stuff.
the Shocking Breeding Pool, I'm hurting myself. But I'm going to then do it again, keep my deck in my hand. Forest, there we go. And then I will pass.
Draw a card. Actually, before I draw, sorry, upkeep trigger. Initiative. I want to scry to. Well, I just looked at the top card of my library, so I'm not gonna do that. I feel like I'm cheating. So I'm gonna go to Forge. Put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. I'm gonna need that again probably, but it'll cancel out that. So I am going to pay 5, just to use all my mana, and I'm gonna play an Avenging Hunter. 5/4 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, I take the initiative.
Nice.
And we are gonna put a clock on Joe here. We're gonna go into trap. Target player loses 5 life.
Dang.
I will go to my end step, and you'll get the choice. I draw a card,
I'm going to draw a card.
and I'm gonna put this card out. Litjara Mirror Lake. This has an ability where I can sacrifice it and make a token copy
I
of a
can make
creature.
your top card anytime. I'm going to do that.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Alrighty, I will untap.
Still 7 cards.
Upkeep, I will draw. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3 for a Spitting Dilophosaurus. So it's a creature. Whenever Spitting Dilophosaurus enters the battlefield or attacks, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. So when it enters, I will put a -1 counter on Azusa.
Wait, hold on, wait. You're casting something.
I'm casting a creature.
Well, I have a response to that.
Okay.
I will cast Don't Make a Sound, counter it unless you pay 2.
Unless I pay 2.
And then I get to surveil 2 afterwards. Oh, no. If they do. So if you pay the 2, I get to surveil 2.
I will just let you counter.
Okay.
Just tap
I can't
3
block things. That'd be nasty.
for a Splendid Agony.
Yes.
It's an instant. Distribute 2 -1/-1 counters
Would've
among
been
1
terrible.
or 2 target creatures. I will choose
still gonna
Azusa,
get it. Yeah.
and I will put a -1 counter on that. That's 2 counters going on something. I'll create 2 more insects. But I am going to swing with some this turn, so tap a skeleton ship to put a -1 counter on that. I will then do her 0 ability to draw a card, lose 1 life, and proliferate. I'll proliferate. Oh wait,
And
I make an insect for that one. Proliferate that, and that.
And
So I'll
make
make
more
4 more
insects.
insects,
Damn.
going to 7.
Looks like you built a monster, Dylan.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's a really good enchantment.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, that's great. I will also proliferate.
It's a situationally a good enchantment. You're just in that situation.
Yes,
Your Zeus is dead.
it is.
Oh, Zeus is gone. Yeah, done. -2 for sure.
Okay, I'll play a shipwreck marsh.
3/1.
If you let me
and
hit you and
a
take the initiative,
3/2.
I won't kill that next turn. I'll let you get some free spells. I can take the initiative anyways, but I'd rather just swing 1 and take it,
I'm good with that.
What, 1?
because then otherwise I have to swing 4 to guarantee I get it. But I mean, I guess
You
it's-
have them to spare.
I do, but I
Whatever.
want as many as I can. Because your creatures are dwindling, so I'm not gonna have as many production of insects.
All right.
So I'll swing 1 at you.
Alright, I will not block. You will take the
I
initiative.
will take the initiative, and I will go into.
This first.
Oh, so I do go into the first room?
You always go.
If I haven't entered yet. So I search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into my hand, and shuffle. I will search for an island. Oh, we just go there, goes me. And then after that, I'm gonna pass.
At your end step, I will
Surveil 2.
tap Glarb and surveil 2.
Nice.
Let's put Bazooka Bog into the graveyard and.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Untap.
that's great. They 0/1, yeah.
Upkeep. You know what I can do? I can really hurt. I can take the satisfaction of beating me away from you. I could probably
Do it.
kill myself.
Do it.
Let's start with a Verdant Catacombs as my land for turn. 1 black. I'll reanimate Azusa, losing 3 life. I will crack a Verdant, losing another life. Underground Mortuary to surveil. I will put it into the graveyard. I will play my 2nd land for turn. I will play my 3rd land for turn. We'll crack the Catacombs again. Go for a Swamp. 2, I'll play Summer Bloom, allowing me to play 3 additional lands this turn.
Nice.
And I will cast Verdant I will play Verdant Catacombs 3 more times. 1,
Jeez.
Swamp,
2,
2, Forest,
3.
Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will cast Connive on your commander to gain control of target creature with power 2 or less.
That's rude.
Why don't take. Oh, he has.
He has Shroud, otherwise I would have. I can actually get further along in this whole killing myself plan. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, play an Oracle of Moldiah. I will play that Verdant Catacombs again.
Jeez.
Played a total of 7 lands, done it 7 times. And I do play with the top revealed now. Well, how many cards are in your hand? 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7?
Oh, 8. I was supposed to discard.
Do that, cheater!
I'm gonna discard this.
Doesn't matter
card
because
with
we're all discarding anyway. I'll windfall.
1 card?
No, we all discard their hands and draw equal to the greatest number discarded.
Oh, so 7.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think I'm out of shenanigans for a second. Tap Glarb to surveil 2. That's funny. I'll put the Augur of Autumn into my graveyard. And I will pass turn. At the end step, I have a Kynaios?
Oh, yeah.
I have a trigger. Each player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield tapped, then each opponent who didn't draws a card. So I will put a Myriad Landscape
I will draw a card.
And then put out an X
onto the battlefield tapped. I played 8 lands that turn.
Oh, yeah.
No
That's
pass
a
turn.
lot of lands.
You halved your life total.
Yeah, I did.
Untap.
I didn't have to play 8 lands that turn.
You didn't? No.
No.
I
still getting
am
all
going to
this.
go to combat. I'm going to swing both of these at you, Dylan.
How much?
They both have 3 power.
3 power. I will block with 2 insects. Both of them will die.
They do both have trample.
Oh.
So there's a 3/1 and a 3/2.
So I will block both of them with 1. I'll just take 6.
I'm not going to block any of them?
Just take 6.
That's cool.
I'll take the initiative. I'll go to
Oh,
the next
that's
room.
why I should have blocked.
I'll draw a card. I'll play a forest. Tap for 5. I'm going to play
Nice.
Explore the Underdark. Search my library for up to 2 basic land cards and or gates. Put them on the battlefield tapped to shuffle. I take the initiative. So let's get those lands
So you
first.
get to complete it. That's
Yeah.
your first dungeon complete. That's in your Maze's End deck, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is. 2 gates. Then I will go to the last room in the Undercity, the Throne of the Dead 3. reveal the top 10 cards of your library. Put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. I forgot to exile a card when I talked about this. So yeah, I'll reveal the top 10 cards in my library, put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. It gains hexproof until my next turn, and then I shuffle my library. Cut that for me, Dylan.
Oh, you don't want me to do it? I get it.
No.
I hit him. So.
Grimy.
Okay, so the card I'll say that I've exiled is this, but it's just going to stay exiled, so doesn't matter. Okay, then I will reveal the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am going to put out a Cloister Gargoyle. So this will enter with 3 additional +1/+1 counters on it, and it has hexproof until my next turn. When it enters the battlefield, I venture into the dungeon. So let's do Lost Minds of Fendelver. When I go into that room, I will scry 1, but first I have to shuffle, because that's what I do for the City. It is 3 minutes. So tap 3, and play a Displacer Beast. Not a kitten, the Beast. When it enters the battlefield, venture into the dungeon. So we'll go into the next room, and I will just create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. And then that will be it. I will pass my turn, and no end step trigger.
I will untap. Keep go. I am going to tap 1, 2, 3 for a Flux Channeler. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, proliferate.
That's really mean.
I'll tap a blue for a Crab Umbra onto the skeleton ship. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to tap this skeleton ship to put a -1 counter on.
I'm also going to let you know, you cannot put that Umbra on it because you have a boots on that.
Oh, you're right. I cannot.
Move the boots.
I can't. So, okay. Play this. I haven't tapped this blue, but I'm going to tap the blue. Before I use the blue, I'm going to equip this Lightning Grease to the Flux Channeler. Tap the skeleton ship to put a -1 counter on that. Use the blue to cast the Crab Umbra onto it. That is a non-creature spell. I will proliferate that poison counter. I mean, that -1 counter, that -1 counter, that one, and my thing right here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll create 4 insects with Summoning Sickness. Tap 1, 2, 3 for a Vidalcan Anatomist. It's a Vidalcan wizard. I can pay a blue and 2 colorless to tap it and put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. I may tap or untap that creature.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I will equip this Lightning Greaves back to this skeleton. Activate my Vraska, going up to 8. To draw a card, lose 1 life, and proliferate.
The ult is 9.
Which she is now at 9, because I'm going to proliferate her, and that -1 counter. So I will get another insect. Alright, I'm going to swing 4 at you.
I will block 3 of them. My goblin. And you will take the initiative. So you can either put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature, or scry 2.
I'm going to scry 2. I'm going to put that on top and this on bottom. And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
But I will be making less, because
I will
it
play
creatures.
Bolas Citadel.
Oh, yeah.
But it is post-Citadel. It's the Post Malone Secret Lair. You know it. You know what I have in here? I have a Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to play a Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to pop a Verdant Catacombs.
You need to have a Verdant Catacombs counter in the corner.
Forest. Non-foil
Well,
forest.
even if you don't.
I'm going to tap 1,
He could still have
2,
some in his deck.
3.
It's just say he
I'm
feels
going to Toxic Deluge for 3.
For 3?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, my insects.
Yeah.
my
Wait, what's his top?
Displacer Beast.
3.
That's
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah, I was
cool.
And you
And this is technically a 1/5 for now. Right? Did I get one?
but he does have Totem Armor.
It's 0/5. The Totem Armor only protects him from being
destroyed,
destroyed.
Yeah. But then I am going to tap 8, and I'm going to cast Worst Fears on Dylan.
No.
You control target players during that player's next turn. Exile Worst Fears. Yeah.
Lame.
I will pay 1 life to surveil 1 and draw a card. Throw it in the graveyard. Draw a card.
Did you say you passed?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. End step trigger.
Oh yeah, end step trigger. We all get to do the thing. I'll do the thing.
I will put a land. I'm gonna put a
I can look anytime, huh?
Choked Estuary on the battlefield.
5 sick things in my hand, so I'll choose the draw. Untap. Draw for turn. I'll play a land that'll enter tapped, but it'll gain me a life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeremiah might have this by life total, man. It doesn't.
I am just going to tap all 10 of my mana here. We're going to play a Court of Bounty. When it enters the battlefield, I become the Monarch.
Burger King hat. Yo. Yeah, here we have a Burger King crown for you right
Here you are. Not sponsored.
Yeah, so now if I take the initiative, we'll have like
Don't go on airports.
the super monarchy. So like you can become the monarch and have the initiative here. So with another 4, I will play Arak Okra Sneak. It's a 1/4 when it enters the battlefield, I take the initiative. So.
I swear, man. Some of these names.
Storeroom, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I'll add another counter to this bad boy here.
Yes, Vraska's getting lower.
And then with the last two, I will play Intrepid Outlander. It's a 2/3 with reach. Pack Tactics. Whenever it attacks, if I can attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater, this combat venture into the dungeon.
Nice.
I didn't finish reading this. So this says, at the beginning of upkeep, I may put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield. If I'm the Monarch, instead I put a creature or land card from my hand onto the battlefield.
It's in my Marin deck.
So then I will go to
welcome.
combat, and I will swing 4, 5, 6. I will swing 7 at Vraska.
So
7,
she will go down to 2.
And then I will pass the turn.
Alrighty. I will untap.
So there's this super monarchy here. If I get hit, you get the monarch. Oh, I'll draw for monarchy.
And the
And
initiative.
the initiative.
I will draw
And
a
this
card.
nifty Burger King hat.
I will play an Underground River for my land for turn. Tap a black and 2 for a Blowfly Infestation. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, if it had a -1/-1 counter on it, put a -1 counter on a target creature.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So that's kill every 1/1 on the board.
Basically.
Oh, I don't know why you're doing that. I have your turn. I was supposed to take this turn.
Oh, right.
Well, then here you go.
Completely forgot about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're not sorry.
Not at all. That's -2 Vraska?
So
What's
target
it do?
creature becomes a treasure artifact and loses all other abilities.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. That'll become a treasure. And it's already tapped, so you can't use it, I guess. Tap 5, 2 black. I'm going to cast Incremental Blight, putting 1 -1 counter on target creature, 2 -1 counters on another target creature. So I'll put 1 on mine, 2 on this one, and 3 on this one.
So I create 6 and 6.
Oh.
Well, you create 6 and 6.
I will tap 2, play a Talisman. I will tap a Talisman for 1 black to deal 1 damage to you.
I also have a pen land.
I'll tap the Pain Land to deal 1 damage to you. I'm just going to pass turn.
Cool. Your turn.
Alright. And 5. Play Glarb. Play a Sunken Hollow. 2, I'll regrowth Toxic Deluge to my hand.
Nice.
3,
Pay 2 life.
Toxic Deluge for 2.
How long can we keep this game going?
Indefinitely.
Black, Phyrexian Reclamation. 4, Starving Revenant. Enters the battlefield, surveil 2. Then for each card I keep on the top of my library, I draw a card and lose 3 life. Whenever I draw a card, if there are 8 or more permanents in my graveyard, which there are, target opponent loses a life and I gain 1 life. So surveil 2. Put 1 in the graveyard, 1 here. Lose 2. Well, 3. And then gain 1. Blue, 1, 2. Spellguard to surveil 2 and draw 2. Misty Rainforest, go graveyard, then I'll draw 2. Pay 2 life for a counterbalance. I am gonna just pass the turn.
And step trigger.
Oh yeah. Land.
I am also going to land.
I'm
Draw or
going to
land?
land. Actually, I'm going to draw.
Untap. Upkeep. I still have the initiative and the monarchy. So this, let's do initiative first. Going to the Lost Mines of Fendelver to draw a card, completing the dungeon. So while this is still in the stack, I'm going to pay 5, tap and sacrifice this to gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. See if I can draw into a creature to play for free. Yeah, I did.
There you go.
Courser of Crucifix for my
Hey.
hand to play. Card of my library revealed. Correct. Then I will go to my draw step. Draw one card. Let's tap for 6. And play a Radiant Solar. 3/6 flying lifelink. When it or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, I venture into the dungeon. So when it enters, I will venture into the dungeon. So let's go into the next one. Let's go into Tomb of Annihilation. Each player loses 1 life.
Oh shit.
I'm going to play a land that I'll enter tapped, but it'll gain me life. Sorry, it'll gain me 2 life because of Courser of Crucifix. And then I will go to my end step, and I'm the Monarch, so I will draw a card. Flip this over, and pass it to Billy.
Okay. I will untap.
What's crazy is, so he just built this, right? And it's his first time playing it. And he's become the threat so many times that he's had to get taken care of twice.
1, 2, 3, 4 for an Instill Infection on your Glarb. I put a -1 counter on him, and then I draw a card.
Okay. In response, I'll surveil 2.
Cool. 3 for a Blowfly Infestation, and I'm gonna pass.
Whoop-dee-doo.
4 life.
Alright. Pass turn.
End step trigger.
End step trigger, I'm going to draw a card.
I'm going to put out a land, Dungeon Descent.
I will draw.
I will take the initiative, and we're going to go into Veils of Fear. Each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card.
I'll discard a Dire Sight.
Then my Court of Bounty will trigger, and I'm going to put a land from my hand into play. Then I will draw a card for turn. Top card. Oh, that'll give me a life too. I will play this Gruul Turf from the top of my library. I'm going to tap this mountain for a mana and return it to my hand. Of course, her Crucifix will give me another life. I will use that red that I have, and I'm going to cast Kick in the Door. Counterbalance? See if you counter it.
Nope, enhance surveillance.
Kick in the Door. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains haste until end of turn and can't be blocked by walls this turn. Venture into the dungeon. Then I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to swing 4 in the air at Joe to kill him.
1, 2, 1, 2. In response, I'm going to pay into Fire Exchange Reclamation twice, losing 2 life, returning 2 creatures from my graveyard to my hand.
So that means gain control effects end, and I get my commander back. Yep. Then I have a legendary creature now, so I can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, tap this to tap my commander, and venture into the dungeon. So we're going to go into the next room to Sandfall Cell. Each player loses 2 life unless they sacrifice an artifact, a creature, or a land.
I will sacrifice my Lightning Greaves.
I will lose 2. 5. I will tap and sacrifice this Jara Mirror Lake. Create a token that's a copy of target creature I control, except it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Activate it only as a sorcery. So I will sacrifice it, and I'm going to have it enter as a Radiant Solar. So when it enters, I will venture into the dungeon again, going to the last room of Tomb of Annihilation, creating a 4/4 Black God Horror creature token to Death Touch. And I've got a 4/4 that I will draw up in a second. End step. 2 triggers. I am going to draw from Monarchy first. And then each of us, so I'll draw a card, and then you can choose if you want to draw a card.
I will also draw
land into play. Command Tower is land for turn. And then, pass the turn to you, sir.
Okay. I will untap. Upkeep draw.
I am currently not in a dungeon. I have 1 more dungeon left.
I will play a Sunken Ruins for my land. Tap 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Skin Render. When it enters the battlefield, I put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. I will put them on your Courser. And then I will make 3 more insects. Tap 2 for a Sickle Ripper. It's just a 2/1 with Wither. And then I will tap 2 more for a Fang Skulkin. I can pay 2 colorless to give target black creature Wither until end of turn. Pay 4. Play a Fate Stitcher as well. I can tap it to tap or untap another target permanent.
Nice.
And then I think I'll just pass.
Untap. Oh no! I'm gonna take the initiative. I won't be able to go into the dungeon I wanted.
The final dungeon.
Let's see if I can bypass that. I'm gonna stack it so that my Court of Bounty will trigger first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a creature from my hand into play, because I'm the Monarch still, a Varus Silvermoon Ranger. 3/3 Reach Ward. Whenever I cast a creature or planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeon. This ability triggers only once each turn. He also has whenever I complete a dungeon, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. When he enters, he's going to trigger both of my Radiant Solars. So they both say whenever a non-token creature enters battlefield under my control, I venture into the dungeon. So since they're both going to trigger, I'm going to do it twice. So I'm going to go into the last dungeon I haven't completed yet, gaining 1 life and then scrying 1. And it is a creature, but I don't want it. Then my initiative will trigger, and I will go create a treasure token. And then I will draw for turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and cast Tomb of Horrors Adventurer. 4/4. When it enters battlefield, I take the initiative. Whenever I cast my second spell each turn, copy it. If I've completed a dungeon, copy that spell twice instead. I may choose new targets for the copy. That is going to trigger my Varus, because it says whenever I cast a creature, I venture into the dungeon, so I'll go to the next room, I'll scry 2. Bottom of both. Then it's going to trigger both of those, so I'll go into the next 2 as well. Runestone Caverns. Exile the top 2 cards of my library. I may play them. And then next one, scry 3. Keep this one, bottom of these 2. And then I will play this as my land for turn, gaining a life. 3. And I'm going to cast a Dungeoneer's Pack. And then just battlefield tapped. It's the second spell I've cast this turn, surprisingly. So I'm going to make a copy of it. But it has, I can pay 2, tap it, sacrifice it, take the initiative, gain 3 life, draw a card, and create a treasure token. 3, sacrifice my treasure for 4. Tap this to tap a legendary creature I control. I'm going to tap this Varus to venture into the dungeon. I have completed them all. Mad Wizard's Lair. Draw 3 cards, reveal them. I may cast one of them without paying its mana cost. Draw 3 cards, reveal them. And I will cast this one without paying its mana cost. Feywild Caretaker, 3/4. When it enters battlefield, I take the initiative. Back to the Undercity! At the beginning of my end step, if I have the initiative, I create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. I will search for a basic land. Lots of game actions here. Then it'll trigger both of these because it's a non-token creature. I will go to put 2+1/+1 counters. I'll do that on my Radiant Solar. I'll go into Trap to make you lose 5 life. Go to combat. I'll swing at you for 6, 10 in the air.
I will take 10.
Then I will go to my end step, draw for the Monarch, and then draw for my Commander, and then you can choose what you want to do.
I will draw as well.
I'm going to put a island onto the battlefield. I gain a life. Oh yeah, this guy. At my end step, if I have the initiative, I create a 1/1 Fairy Dragon. And that's my turn, your turn.
Alright. I will untap, draw a card. I will play a Clearwater Pathway as my land. 1, 2, 3, 4. For a Sadistic Obsession onto one of my insects. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has pay 1 black and tap it to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. I will do that. I will pay 1 black and tap this creature to put a -1 counter on.
There's a 1/1 on the board.
Oh.
So that's a free kill.
I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. I'll create an insect. When that dies with a 1/1 counter on it, I'll put a 1/1 counter on this.
Well, since this only has 1 toughness, you can do this one too. Kill it, and you'll get another insect, and then you still get another counter to put on something, right? Because you have that enchantment now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll just
so
do that.
it's
Get another insect. So that's 2 so far, and then put another one on that. That's 3. Tap this Fate Stitcher to untap this insect, and then I will tap for a black to tap it and put a -1 counter on that thing. And then I will tap.
This thing's God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Spread the Sickness. Destroy target creature, then proliferate. I'll destroy that, and then I will proliferate.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pay 3. Check this out. Check this. 1 blue.
Do it.
Bar the Gate. The only card I saw on my deck. Oh no, it specifically says creature. Never mind. I don't read my cards.
Sorcery.
This is just a bad counterspell.
All right. Well, so yeah, that will die.
Okay, this will die.
It does not have a -1 counter on it, but I will then proliferate 1, 2, 3 -1/-1 counters and get 3 more insects. I don't know if all that effort was really worth it because I don't think I'm gonna be able to live still, but I'll pass.
I only have the 1 flyer, so I can't just kill you.
Oh, nice. Maybe so then. But that was my entire hand, so. But I just used.
Yeah, and you have lots of blockers on the ground, so I
do have
have to do something else in order to kill you. This thing will trigger, and the initiative will trigger. We'll do the initiative first to draw a card, and then we will put something into play. We're going to put this into play. Imoen Mystic Trickster, 2/3, Ward 2. So this says...
I don't think I'll be able to live.
My end step, if I have the initiative, I draw a card. Draw another card if I've completed a dungeon, which I've completed them all. So when that enters, it'll trigger my other Radiant Solar, so I will hit the last room here, completing another dungeon, the Undercity. So I will reveal the top 10 cards, and I can put a creature. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Veteran Dungeoneer, 3/4, enters with 3+1/+1 counters, so now it's a 6/7. Put it in the battlefield, venture into the dungeon. Tomb of Annihilation. Each player loses a life. 2, tap and sacrifice the Dungeoneer's pack. I take the initiative, gain 3 life, draw a card, create a treasure. Playing into the next room. Each player loses 2 life unless they discard a card.
I will lose the 2. I do not have a card to discard.
Swing in the air for 4.
I will die. Bam. Overtaken.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because insects weren't enough.
Man, it's crazy that I was able to win this game. I already said it in the video, but this is a really bad deck. Don't believe me? Check the deck list in the video description. Either way, I'm just glad I got to go through every single dungeon. And Joe and Dylan's decks were both really awesome. Hopefully we get to see them again on the channel soon. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Better yet, leave a comment. I love reading and replying to everybody's comments. If you've stuck around this long, you're awesome. See you next time, Magic players.